Hello everyone, I'm Brad Johnson coming to you today with a special edition of the Lariat coming up on the massive UWL and CLON crossover show, Heart of Glory. And my guest this evening happens to be a man who will be in that event as a defending champion. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my guest for this evening, the current CWA World Heavyweight Champion and a man who I refer to as the poster boy for the CAW League of Nations, Eddie Checkmate. Eddie, thank you for joining me tonight.
Of course, Brad. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, Eddie. Now, as I previously stated, you will be defending the CWA World Heavyweight Championship against what some would call your counterpart from the Virtual Wrestling United in the Dragon King, Claudio Dragonheart, in what many would call a dream match. Now, obviously, this matchup has huge implications considering both of your standings within the CLON and VWU, respectively. And while this question may be a bit overused, I feel it's something that should be asked considering the magnitude of this match. How are you feeling going into this match at Heart of Glory against what may be your biggest challenge yet?
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't excited and nervous all in one. I've seen what Claudio can do. Hell, in these times of struggle for someone we both care deeply for in Lodestar Luminous, I've come to know Claudio as not just a friend, but a brother. It's honestly humbling to be seen as an equal to, and even by him, considering his extraordinary abilities in my ever-growing age. But if there is one thing I've come to learn about myself, I'm a fine wine kind of wrestler. Each day I grow older, I grow better than ever before, and I still got a few more years on me to go.
Well, it's good to hear that you're in high spirits despite the situation. But on the topic of that issue, if I may ask, how are you preparing for a man you will eventually have to face both for that CWA World Heavyweight Championship and a New Dawn Pro's CMC WrestleMania in Lord Mirage and his, well, new form?
Being perfectly honest, I don't know. Ever since this whole regime in CWA began, Lord Mirage has continued to put the virtual wrestling world on notice. But this new form he's taken on, I honestly don't know what to expect. He isn't just a threat to the CAW League of Nations or my title anymore. He's a threat to the people I hold close to me. My friends, my family, and everyone in between. But not only that, he's a threat to the world in and out of our sport. I don't know what his plan is or even the extent of his power, but all I do know is I'm a target. And I have zero intention of putting up the white flag anytime soon. Because you don't threaten my family and get away with it. I'll fight to the death for them. And I'll take you with me to the grave if that's what it takes, Mirage.
And one final question. You've been a part of the ever-growing group of the CAW League of Nations superstars who have been finding their way into various VWU leagues in the past year, making your debut in the Infinity Rumble at the start of the year. How has your run been since?
If I can be honest, far from how I expected it to go. Far from how I wanted it to go. Yeah, I was in the Infinity Rumble, but didn't win. Yeah, I was in the King's Gift, but I lost. Again. Yeah, I got signed to CCL, but what have I really done there besides have to tame some bipolar cannoli's god complex? Yeah, I was in the DCA Gateway to Heaven ladder match, but not only did I lose a chance at a world title and guarantee missing out on Revelation, but I even came close to agitating my past neck injuries, and was outsmarted by Arcane's little group again. All that and the supernatural bullshit I've had to watch my best friend go through. It's just been nothing but a pile of disappointment. Hell, feels like I haven't gotten the respect I'm owed since I came here. Picture the scene, if you will, to work your ass off and climb to the mountaintop of an entire group of CAW League's ranks, only to be told those accomplishments only matter there by the people who turn right around and expect their accomplishments from the world outside to be acknowledged everywhere. That's me. I'm sure you can imagine that anyone would be pissed. Especially someone like me. I'm not getting any younger here. I'm fucking 31 years old. I have a wife and a daughter who I have to juggle along with wrestling. I don't plan to fucking watch my little girl grow up from the other end of a computer screen. I haven't sacrificed my well-being to time and time again just so I could be cut in front of when it comes to my opportunities. I didn't grind for 16 years of my life and perfect my craft across the fucking world just to be told I don't stand a chance against guys who haven't even made it past 5. I didn't go through triple fusion neck surgery just to sit on the shelf and overcome a pill addiction that nearly cost me my goddamn life just to be ignored and disregarded. I'm sick of waiting around for something to change on its own because the sad reality is, it isn't! So if I have to be the guy to shatter the glass ceiling, keeping the so-called small-name outsiders from getting to the top, so be it. When I defeat Claudio Dragonheart at the Heart of Glory to retain my CWA World Heavyweight Championship, you have no choice but to acknowledge me and where I come from and represent. And it won't be an upset. It will be Eddie Checkmate doing what he does best, winning. With all due respect, Claudio, the VWU is your kingdom, but that kingdom sits on my island, and while you may be king, you will acknowledge me as your one and only tribal chief. This is more than a match to me. This is a chance to initiate a change virtual wrestling has needed for so long. This is a chance to show everyone that I will not be denied any longer. This may be my one chance to put the whole world on notice and cement my legacy into the history books forever. My one chance. And if I can't do that, then I don't deserve to do this anymore.
Wow, a very impassioned Eddie Checkmate is willing to risk it all on a mission to not only prove himself worthy, but to prove the clone worthy. The question is, can he do that? Can Eddie Checkmate cement his legacy into the history books forever as only the 5th man to defeat Claudio Dragonheart in one-on-one competition and retain the CWA World Championship? We will find out at Heart of Glory. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been Brad Johnson, and thank you for tuning in to this edition of the Lariat. We will see you at Heart of Glory. Good night, everyone.